Well, welcome to Russia Close Up, and yes, we are here in Kazan, the capital of the Tatarstan Republic. This is one of the largest cities in Russia, in one of its richest regions. The economy here is fueled by large oil supplies and large oil exports, which account for around about 50% of its GDP. There are also other industries here which are quite buoyant. There's chemical industries, there's automotive industries, and Kazan itself is actually the largest port along the River Volga, which is again another sizable market for work here as well. And alongside the various jobs that has brought to the region, people have flooded in over the years, mingling with the ethnic Tatars here to create a very large and very mixed community. It really is very much a melting pot here, and around the entire Tatarstan Republic there are around about 4 million people. But what you see here is you see the cultures blending together, you see faiths blending together. Here in the Kazan Kremlin, you can see behind me the Kul Sharif Mosque. That's one of the largest mosques in Europe, and it also stands very close to the main cathedral here as well. So you see the closeness of the religions there. And exactly how the people work together, live together, and deal with each other's cultures is something that my colleague Anne Smith has been finding out about.
This is Tatarstan. More than half the population follow Islam, making it the most northern Muslim country in the world. With over 1,000 mosques in the Republic, minarets dominate the skyline. High up in the walls of the ancient Kremlin sits Kul Sharif, Europe's largest mosque. Here you can find what's being called Euro-Islam, true to the central tenets of the faith, but widely touted as more democratic and tolerant than other branches of the religion. Key in promoting these qualities are young imams, like Rustam Hazrat. His youth adds an extra dimension to tackling social issues with religious leaders from other faiths.
We're making joint efforts regarding drugs, safe sex. We make statements, give ideas. The most precious thing for us is human life, and we need to protect the human soul.
It's an important city for Christians also, who make pilgrimages to the religious icon Our Lady of Kazan. Muslims too come to admire it. On the outskirts of Kazan, this is considered a museum of all religions. Inspired by one man's travels across the globe for spiritual enrichment, all he has learnt he is trying to share. Buddhist, animist, Jewish, Catholic, all are welcome here. It really is an amazing project, and one that typifies what's happening here in Tatarstan, how you can have one building encapsulating many faiths. And it's the same on the streets in Tatarstan. It really is a model state in terms of religion. But how did this peaceful coexistence come about? Where did the harmony and the tolerance come from?
I don't like the word tolerance. It's more like friendship among nations. It's a real surprise, but it's all because of our ancient traditions. Our republic is an example. This love has been here for centuries. Russian Tatar Muslims always aim towards education to create something beautiful, like we have here. We almost lost our traditions during the Soviet Union, but people kept faith in their heart.
Indeed, faith flourished once more after the collapse of communism. However, the lack of religious education during the previous 70 years had led to a poor understanding of the Muslim faith. In the 1990s, imams from outside of Tatarstan came with their own brand of Islam. Misinterpretations brought on mistrust and extremism. In response, religious schools were built. Theological colleges too, for both faiths. This university was the first of its kind in Russia, and today is helping to train students from Tatarstan to Turkey to become imams, learned leaders in a diverse community. These students are eager to learn about their friends in their society, are more likely to be related to ethnicity.
Immigrants in Europe sometimes unite themselves different ethnic groups. so to say, under the banner of Islam, then it's not the case here, because we don't need that religious identification if we have some. Second, after our Russian citizenship identification, that it is an ethnical one.
Mutual history, and our relationships could be an example for the other regions of Russia or other countries. And I think that living here in Tatarstan, I mean to live together.
If you listen to some grandmothers, especially in Russian villages or in Tatar villages, they sound really extreme. But the thing is that they just sound extreme. I mean, these grandmothers, they won't go and kill someone. It's just maybe they're just really conservative. They don't want they don't want to use their identity. They don't want to lose their culture.
It's just that people are living together, not thinking about who is my neighbor. Maybe except for the wife choice.
Bulat's comment is illuminating. Although fewer and fewer people care about what religious persuasion their friends are, just a quarter of marriages here are of mixed faith. Yasa, a Tatar, and her husband Dmitry, a Russian, are one such couple. Married for 17 years, they say it's becoming more common, more socially acceptable than when they met.
It all depends on the family, but still we first applied for our marriage license and then told our parents. We had a normal civil wedding. All our relatives were there and it was a very happy occasion.
There's a phrase that's used here in the Republic. Religion is separate from the government but not separate from society, and a very mixed society it is. Now the authorities say that the social cohesion hasn't always come easily, but that anyone who wants to cause unrest here in the future will find it very hard going. Anne Smith, Russia Close Up, in the Republic of Tatarstan.